On episode 2 of the Kiira EV SMACK, we shall focus on the cool engineering that makes this car move, the lavish interior design and infotainment, and last but not least, the future and reality of having several such cool cars hit the streets of Kampala. This is Roger for Tech Jaja, and this is the Kiira EV SMACK series, part 2. One of the fascinating features of the SMACK is at the front. We're talking about the engine area.
Okay, it's what tells the motor what to do, what controls.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Then that's what we call a generator, that motor.
This one.
And it's controlled by that little blue thing.
This is the controller. Okay.
For that motor. Then these are radiators.
Impressive.
Only that it has control for both the oil and the water, the coolant.
Water coolant. The battery that powers the electronics is separate from the battery that runs the car. The latter is located at the back, and its weight coupled with that of the engine at the front keep the car well balanced and also firm on the ground. This is another way of design, considering big EV makers like Tesla Motors place the batteries of their EVs at the bottom for that extra firmness on the ground when the car is in motion. At the end of the day, you achieve the same goal. How many other tests will the SMACK have to undergo before mass production?
When this car is completed, it won't just be put to the public. It's going to be tested to see that it achieves some of these issues here, like the mileage performance, test the drive and also see the speed itself. These other issues of the dimensions, colors, and so that is okay because that's what it is. The fuel consumption will also look at it as well. That by the time we give you the car, we say this is the spec for the car.
Unlike our usual cars that have many clutches to control the gears, this car is designed to have a single gear system with a uniform driving speed. This is a sacrifice that EVs have to make. Basically, the car will determine the torque request depending on the force you put down onto the accelerator. The sensor will know that maybe you are moving up a hill and will in turn draw more power to enable the car overcome that specific terrain. So how does this gear system really work?
So usually these vehicles, the way they are made, unlike these other vehicles where the transmission has so many clutches in there. So when you say gear number 5, there is a physical gear number 5. This one is a single gear system. That's why you call it a single speed. It doesn't mean that it moves. It doesn't mean that it moves at the same speed, but it means that the gear transmission ratio, you only have one. So you won't say I'm in gear number 2, gear number 3, gear number 4. No, it is in drive. It's like driving an automatic car. You don't choose how fast it goes. You don't choose how fast it goes. That's why some other car makers have included automatic, but it's triptronic. You can trip it in order for you to charge faster or things like that. If you want it to move lower, you do the negative. If you want it to move faster, you do the positive, and so on and so forth.
In case of an emergency, the Kiira EV SMACK is designed with an emergency braking assist feature. There is also a rear camera and sensors to help you gauge how far you're from an object while you reverse the car. The interior of the 5-seater SMACK was designed for comfort, fully covered with cream-colored leather with several safety nitbits like the seatbelt. The car is really designed with the consumer in mind. And here comes our favorite part, the infotainment.
This is the CAN view display, and it's for displaying the various battery parameters.
Okay.
Yeah, well, this is the usual instrument cluster, like in the ordinary cars, showing the different parameters for the engine, the temperature, fuel, speed, and then the revolutions per minute. Well, this is basically for the batteries. The battery state of charge, the voltage at which you're running, the temperature of the various cells in the. It can as well also show the speed of the vehicle.
As tech nerds, the things that blew us away was the incorporation of the Bluetooth wireless and USB for connectivity to your smartphone. The team is currently working on a solar-powered prototype bus, but that's a story for another day. So what lies ahead for Kiira Motor Corporation? The Ugandan government has set aside a big chunk of land in Jinja town where the car manufacturing plant will be built.
Are really talented. They can do more. They can participate in the high-tech domains, of the practice. So we do believe that with the Kiira Motors Corporation plant in place, there will be so many jobs which will immediately be in the plant. So we will have over 200 jobs. For us, let's develop the car with the hardware. Let someone else develop the maps. Let someone else provide the telecommunication infrastructure that will enable these devices we have put in the car to use the maps developed by someone else. So it creates a whole, it's a multiplier effect in the tech industry.
The Jinja plant is envisioned to have a production facility with a technology and innovation center, vehicle testing tracks, and lots more. And yes, they will also have living quarters.
All automotive development entities, some of them deliberately run training institutions where they actually train a certain class of people who eventually, it's like cultivating a culture.
The Kiira EV SMACK will be priced between $10,000 to $20,000 depending on the features in the car, and will be available as soon as Kiira Motors Corporation kicks off in the near future. This has been our two-part series of the Kiira EV SMACK. Join us next time. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe down below on our YouTube channel.